Good morning students. Let's continue our chapter Deep Water by William Douglas. William Douglas, who got really disappointed because two times bitter experience with him. One, when he was just 3 and 4 years old, surfing with his father and sitting over his shoulder. Suddenly, he was knocked down by a sudden huge wave and almost buried under the water. Second time, when he was almost 10 and 11 year old, and he tried to learn swimming in YMCA pool, but there a huge and hefty boy who just drawn him inside the water, and he tried a lot to escape from it, but all his efforts were failed. But luckily someone saved him. But both of the experience create panic to water, and he was really timid to enter inside any water body, either it is small or large. Today we will go and continue. The terror destroyed Douglas' social life. He tried to overcome it. What overcome? He tried to overcome the fear created by the bitter experience of water. Douglas couldn't eat that night. Which night? When he was escaped from the water in YMCA pool. He was weak and trembling because he was almost buried under the water. He shook and cried on his bed. He never went back to pool. He feared water and avoided it wherever he could. Whenever he went near water, the terror that had seized him in the pool would return to haunt him. The fear paralyzed him thoroughly. This handicap stayed with him as years rolled by. It ruined his fishing trips and deprived him of the joy of canoeing, boating and swimming. All the type of adventurous activity in water, he just avoided everything, and he tried his best to overcome his fear. But it didn't let go of him. Finally, Douglas decided to get a swimming instructor. He went to a pool, practiced 5 days a week, an hour each day. The instructor put a belt with a rope around Douglas. This rope went through a pulley, and the instructor held on to the other end of the rope. Each time the instructor relaxed his hold on the rope, and Douglas went under the swimming pool, under the water. Some of the old terror returned and froze his legs, but once when he entered inside the water after a too long time, again the terror once again came back to him, and he shook. It took him 3 months to get over this fear. Almost he took 3 years. Just he was feeling very comfortable to enter inside the water. Then the instructor taught him to breathe while swimming. It means the procedure of inhaling and exhaling. Next he taught him to move his legs piece by piece. It means step by step with the help of all the swimming instruments such like rubber tubes, wings, etc. so that the narrator could feel himself safe inside the water. Bit by bit, he built a swimmer out of Douglas. With the help of instructor, now Douglas feeling a little bit comfortable when he entered inside the water, and with the help of all the instrument that we use in the procedure of swimming, he just started to learn it, and the instructor was trying to make him a good swimmer. Douglas' will to live grew in intensity. After the training was finished, Douglas wondered if he would be terror-stricken when he would alone in pool. When instructor that told him, yes, of course, now you can swim well, and of course you are now perfect in swimming, but he was not so much confident. The Douglas was not so much confident that either he could be able to swim alone inside the pool or not. He tried, and tiny vestige, the terror in a very small way, returned to him. Of the old terror did return, but now he was not afraid. Douglas was still not satisfied, so he went to the Lake Wentworth in New Hampshire and swam 2 miles across the lake. Douglas. This passage shows the determination of Douglas that he couldn't end his journey just to learn swimming inside the YMCA pool, but after that he just started to do all the adventures in large water bodies. First of all, the lake in Wentworth in New Hampshire, and he swam across miles the lake. When Douglas was in middle of lake, he put his face under and saw nothing but bottomless water. The old sensation come back to haunt him, but this time Douglas was strong. He swam on, yet he had some residual doubts. At this, his first opportunity, he went to warm lake. It means he continued his adventurous journey just to test his skill, just to test his expertise, how he could be very confident, because he just not only wanted to be a swimmer but just want to be a perfect swimmer, and washed away all the fear inside his brain because of the bitter experience in previous time. He swam to the other shore and back. He was thrilled with joy as he had conquered his fear of water. The experience had a deep meaning for him. He explained that death was peaceful, but it was the fear of death that crippled a person, the fear of death that make timid to a human being. Here he quotes President Roosevelt says, the President of America, Roosevelt says, all we have to fear is fear itself. Fear is nothing, but we create it itself in our mind, in our heart. It's nothing. And all we have to fear is fear itself, because he had experienced death and terror that it could produce. He will to live somehow grew in intensity. But because of his determination, hard work and his positiveness, his strength, and among all, he was really hopeful that one day he could be a good swimmer. He never get rid of that, of course. He never gave up. Even the two bitter experience of his life, he never gave up his practice and hired an instructor who just started to learn him swimming step by step and with helping all the procedure. And finally, when instructor said, of course, now you are a good swimmer and you can swim alone, and Douglas just tried to swim other large water bodies. And he said that fear is nothing, whatever time we fear something, it created by our own self. So student, this chapter really a good example and like inspiration that how could we achieve the goals that we think that impossible. Nothing is impossible in the world if we just try to make it possible. Here are some important questions related to this one. First of all, the important question, what factor made Douglas decide in favor of YMCA pool? He decided to learn swimming in YMCA pool. Why he decided to learn in this water body? As I have already told you during the reading part of the chapter, that YMCA pool, it was safe because it was just 2 or 3 feet deep. Just 2 or 3 feet deep. It was nothing. The depth was nothing. The drowning was not possible there. And 3 feet deep at the shallow end with a gradual drop to 9 feet at the other end. In contrast, the Yakima river was quite deep. Yakima, that was a treacherous river. It was deep and several cases of drowning in it had been reported already. The next question, how did Douglas' experience at the YMCA pool affect him, his bitter experience in YMCA pool? Douglas' experience at YMCA pool left a haunting fear of water in his heart. He started avoiding the venturing near water. This fear remained with him for many years. It prevented him from fishing, boating, swimming, besides winning his social life. It means he just tried to avoid all the adventurous activities inside the water. The next question is this. How did instructor turn Douglas into a swimmer? What is the role of an instructor to make the Douglas a successful swimmer? The instructor adopted a systematic method to turn Douglas into a swimmer. He first made him shed off his initial fear. The fear because he didn't dare to enter inside the water, at least for many years. And then by making him cross a pool suspended by a rope attached to a pulley, he used all the instruments that related to the swimming procedure. Then he taught Douglas how to inhale or exhale before entering inside the pool and the swimming. Finally, he led movement and other stroke. With the help of all the swimming aids and instruments, he tried to learn how he could be a good swimmer with the help of all the rubber ring, the wings, the rope, and many other things also. The next question it is that how did Douglas make sure that he conquered the old terror? When the instructor reported him, now you are a perfect swimmer, you can swim alone, but he was not so much confident that of course he could do so. So how could it possible? After the instructor had trained Douglas in the art of swimming, Douglas swam on lake that went forth. Once when the terror returned, he challenged it and did not let it overcome him. Finally, Douglas swam on the warm lake. The fear didn't return to haunt him ever, and since the day he just go through so many water bodies, large water bodies, and never he faced any kind of terror inside it. The next question that is very important also. When Douglas realized that he was sinking, how did he plan to save himself? What was his strategy when he was drowning under the water in YMCA pool? What strategy, what kind of efforts he made there? When Douglas realized that he was sinking, he thought that when his feet would hit the bottom, he would make a big jump and come to the surface and lie flat on it. Then he would easily paddle to the edge of the pool. When he was drowning inside the YMCA pool, but his brain was working completely, and at the last he just tried to make all possible effort to save himself. The next question, what is the misadventure that William Douglas speak about? The misadventure. William Douglas speak about the misadventure which happened at a YMCA swimming pool when he was about 10 or 11 year old. A big bully threw Douglas into deep end of pool when no one was around. As Douglas realized that he was drowning, he made several attempts to save himself, but all in vain. Finally, he left that he would die and became unconscious. When he gained consciousness, he was lying outside the pool. Apparently, somebody had rescued him from drowning. Next question. How did this experience affect him? After the bitter experience inside the YMCA pool, and he was almost drowned under the water, buried under the water. So this kind of experience affect him. The near drowning experience had a very deep impact on the Douglas. It felt a haunting fear lurking in his heart. He was extremely scared of water, avoided going near it whenever he could. The fear deprived him of the joys of boating, fishing, destroying his social life. The social adventurous life totally destroyed. How did Douglas get rescued from when he was thrown into the pool? How he was rescued? Even he just made all the possible efforts to save himself, but not possible because he was not a good swimmer. Even he didn't know any single technique of swimming, but someone rescued him from the water. How it could possible? The narrator does not mention this. When he regained consciousness, he was vomiting while lying on his stomach beside. Someone near the swimming pool who just watched him that he was drowning under the water inside the YMCA pool rescued him. Narrator didn't depict about it any detail, but he says that when he was become again conscious, he just found himself lying beside a swimming pool vomiting. Apparently he had been rescued by someone who was near swimming the pool. Why was Douglas determined to get over his fear of water? Even after so many bitter experiences, he was really determined to overcome the fear. Douglas regretted being deprived of enjoying water-based activities and sports like the canoeing, boating, fishing and swimming. His ardent wish to enjoy such activities and regain his lost confidence while staying in water were the reason for this determination to get over his fear of water. Not only to be a good swimmer, not only to overcome the fear of water, but the determination is the only key of our success. If we just want to overcome all our fear, if we just fear of any kind of subject, like the some students fear to learn subjects, that's especially the maths, but the determination that could make it possible and you can learn well. Students, we will continue the other part of the questions also in the next video. Till then you have to revise all that. Goodbye. Thank you.